So we welcome a very special guest, and it's Mohammad Mohsin, the USA leg spinner who's just been called up to the World Cup squad. Mohsin, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm doing great. Thank you.
There we go. Well, Mohsin, obviously you've made quite the name for yourself in the last couple of years, but talk to me about how you kind of got into cricket, obviously born in Pakistan. How did cricket kind of come into your life and where did it take you?
Yeah, I think I was like a cricket fan, cricket lover since my childhood. I used to play at home all day, like even going on a walk, just copying some bowler's action and kind of that stuff like when you're a child. But yeah, when I was like 9, 10 years old, that's when I started playing tape ball cricket. And then kind of played, you can say, sort of professional tape ball cricket when I was like 14, 15. And then I switched to hardball cricket back in 2009. And then I played like first year of my under 19s in 2011, 12. And from then, like it's been a long journey, but a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, table cricket is huge in Pakistan. I've seen all the videos there. Did you bowl seam up when you played table cricket?
Yeah, I used to be a fast bowler and a batsman in table ball cricket. I think that's how everyone starts. And then later on, they kind of become. I actually was a good batsman in table ball cricket. And then even in my early year or start of my hardball cricket here, I was a batting all-rounder. I did my first class debut and like I played number three in the first class. And even on my list A debut, I played number three. In T20s, I played like all top six positions from opening to number seven, even number eight. But yeah, like I was a batting all rounder. Later on, because my bowling style suits T20 cricket more, so I kind of turned into a bowling all rounder in the white ball format. And I think since I'm in the US, so it's all like T20 cricket, right? Yeah. So I have just carried out myself like a bowling all rounder, a guy who can hit big and then who can bowl.
Well, so when did you start bowling spin, and also when did you become that bowling all rounder? Like, what caused that change?
Yeah, so the first year I played under 19 was as a seam-up bowler as well. But then I used to bowl a very good leg cutter, you can say, or even googly as
Hmm.
my slower balls. And that's where one of my coaches at that time suggested me to be a batting all-rounder with being a leg spinner because that's going to increase your career. Fast bowlers, all-rounder don't have like that long of a career. Fast bowling is tough. And that's how I switched to leg spin. But still, I played as a batting all-rounder. Like I used to bowl, but my first thing was batting. And then later on in my career, as I told you, I switched as a bowling all-rounder.
What was like, was it tough going to becoming a leg spinner? Was it, how was that transition from bowling pace to bowling spin?
I mean, I used to enjoy it. So like I did not find it tough. I did not had a proper like coaching or formally coached into leg spin or even batting. So everything I learned was I used to watch a lot of cricket. I remember I used to remember the whole calendar of the year, which date, which timing, which team is playing who. So I was that crazy of a cricket fan, especially watching. So I learned a lot from watching cricket, and I think I didn't realize how I become good as a leg spinner because I used to enjoy bowling. Like I would not care if I go for runs or I bowl short pitches or full tosses. Or I just used to love bowling leg spin. So that's how it started. And then when I become professional cricketer and become a leg spin all rounder, that's where then like I learned all these other techniques like how to which in which phase of the innings how to bowl and
Mhm.
all sort of tactical stuff. Yeah.
Was there a specific spinner or bowler that you watched? You said you watched a lot of cricket. Was there anyone that you watched in particular to try to take from their game?
Yeah. I used to watch two leg spinners back in the day. One is Shane Warne and the other one was Stuart McGill. I used to love these both. Like I used to watch their cricket games on repeat. And even back at home, like me and my younger brother would play in the drawing room, and I used to bowl leggies and imitating Shane Warne and just bowl googlies and leggies, and that's how that leg spinner in me kind of slowly built in there. I used to try those in my tape ball bowling as well. So that's how I think because of Shane Warne or Stuart McGill, I started bowling leg spin a lot.
Yeah, I love it. Those there's not too many better than those two out there. So then obviously you made the first class and you start to make those higher up teams in Pakistan, the emerging Asia Cup team as well. What was that like when you started to kind of transition into just casually playing and just the under 19 level to making the professional jump?
I think at under 19 level, I did not took cricket that serious because I was focused more on my studies.
Hmm.
But when I moved to Peshawar to like my university there was this cricket academy, Islamic cricket academy, right next to my hostel, and I went there one day just to see what's happening, and all these big names like Umar Gul and at that time Usman Shinwari and all these Muhammad Nabi, all the Afghani international cricketers were all their camps would be in that academy. So I saw that, I got really excited and I wanted to join them, and then that's how I joined that cricket academy. And then the academy, the coach of that academy, he has built like all these Afghani players, youngsters right now, like even Rashid Khan and them. We used to like bowl together in the nets. We played in the same cricket club in Peshawar like for 2 3 years. So that actually helped me a lot in playing in that cricket academy, and that's where I took my cricket very seriously then. And then in my second year of university, I did my first class debut. But then, like for the next 2 3 years, I struggled a lot because there is a little bit of politics everywhere in cricket, in regional cricket especially. So I was kind of, you can say, got into that. And then, but it actually helped me. Like those 2 years, I did not play the first class season. It helped me complete my degree with good grades because the exams would be right in the middle of the first class season. Even on my debut game, I had that whole week I had exams. So from Monday to Thursday was the first class game, and I went on Friday to give my fifth exam. But the teachers were kind enough; they rearranged my exam later on because they were supportive as well. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for those of you who don't know, Mohsin's got a bachelor's degree in computer science. It's not like he was doing anything easy either. Did you ever think you were gonna have a professional cricket career? Was that ever something that you like wanted to do, or were you kind of saying, okay, I'm gonna play cricket and then computer science is where I'm gonna be working and just play for fun?
To be honest, it was the opposite. I always wanted to become a cricketer,
Okay.
and then computer science was kind of like a degree which computer I loved computer. So that was a degree where all my in my family everyone is like bachelors and
Mhm.
all these degrees they have. So it would have been like awkward if you if you don't have one in between. Yeah? So that was kind of that part of the thing. But I love computer as well, so I took computer as my majors so I can easily sneak in. And then, but my focus was always cricket. I used to take like long breaks during my semester for cricket.
Mhm.
And to be honest, my parents and my teachers both, I think without their support, it would not have been possible. My parents allowed me to play cricket. Even from younger age, they used to come and watch my table games as well. And on the other hand, my teachers used to rearrange exams for me and let me play. So everything worked in harmony. But yeah, it was a lot of hard work. Like studying or taking classes for 6 hours, how mentally drained you are, and then coming back and going straight into the cricket academy and practice. So at that time, maybe because it was that craze that kept me going, I did not realize, but later on when I thought, it actually was a tough work to do.
Yeah, so you never felt in that moment that what am I doing or anything like that. It was just kind of, yeah, this is what I want to do. So you're going after it.
Yeah, so it was kind of go with the flow thing, but
Mhm.
there was like when I got dropped right after I did my debut, the next season actually like scored the highest in my district and still got dropped. And but every time I used to get dropped, one thing I did, I think good was I always try to work even more harder
Mhm.
instead of thinking like, okay, I'm working hard, but I'm not getting anything. Instead, I took that as a motivation, or you can say I always try to stay positive. Sometimes it was very difficult, but I still kept myself very positive in life, like even in the field, out of the field, and that positivity that keeps you going. So I think that was one of that energy that kept me going forward.
Yeah, and it got you all the way to the PSL. In 2019, you got picked, didn't play, but then in 2020, moved over to the Karachi Kings and you got a chance to play. What was it like being a part of the PSL?
No, actually, 2018-19 was the season that was kind of a game changer for me.
Hmm.
In that season, I scored like ton of runs. I scored third highest in the whole Pakistan in that whole senior district competition, and I still got dropped. So, by saying like the coach told me like you scored this much of runs, but I think you are a bowling all-rounder. So this much of runs got you to the camp, but now you are gonna be in the reserve. Just wait for your chance. And I was like, not again, because that was third consecutive year when I was scoring bunch of runs and getting dropped. So, but then I kept going and I finally got my chance. Saibzada Farhan got into Pakistan A,
Mhm.
and then they called me in place of him, and I scored that highest score of mine, 140 in the very first game. And then that get got me into national T20, and then I scored there. I took wickets there, and that's where like the whole game changed for me. And then I like that season I performed so well that I got into Pakistan emerging side.
Yep.
After Pakistan emerging side, I got picked by Peshawar Zalmi in PSL, and I actually played. Actually played against Karachi King was my debut.
Oh, okay.
So I played for Peshawar Zalmi against Karachi Kings, and I unfortunately got injured in the second game. I got split webbing, so I went back. Then I came back for the playoffs, and as soon as I landed in Lahore, the COVID hit. So, so as soon as I landed in Lahore, they called the whole PSL off.
Mhm.
And then the next couple of years were a bit of struggle again because of all that political stuff happening again. And that's when I decided like I have to move forward in life. So to be honest, I did not plan to come to the US,
Yeah.
but because I played in club cricket in the United Kingdom last year in England, and I had a contract with them again. So I was supposed to go and play there. But then this Houston Open tournament came up, and because I had the visa, so I thought, why not? This just 3-4 days tournament. Let's play this and then go to England. And then when I came to play that one, I performed there. We won that tournament, and that's where minor league teams contacted me. And then I came to know all this minor league, major league scene. And then I was like, okay, if I get a chance here
Mhm.
and perform, and I can stay here. And so that's how I stayed in the US.
Yeah.
And then since then, it's just like it's a journey. Yeah, a complete different journey.
What was it making that decision ultimately to come to the US? How difficult was that? Because obviously, again, you had only been there for the 3, 4 days of the Houston Open, and then trying to make this decision. And what was that process like, and how difficult was that?
To be honest, when I was struggling for a couple of seasons, even after playing emerging cup for Pakistan and getting man of the match in the first game,
Mhm.
and then getting dropped from the domestic side the very next year, it kind of demotivated me. You can say demotivated, but like it kind of put me down to the level where I actually wanted to go to UK next year and apply for my master's degree and just pursue my studies. I thought I would just play cricket there, club cricket there, and then just pursue my studies and do something in IT, because it happened at the very peak, like when you were expecting to play for Pakistan,
Right.
you're performing, and then you suddenly don't get picked in the domestic side. So that was kind of a put off thing for me. So to be honest, I burned my boards back in Pakistan when I was coming to UK, like to US, and then my return ticket was actually to Manchester. So and then I stayed in the US thinking that okay, let me give it one more chance
Yeah.
and let's see what happens. And I think I took that decision in, you can say, it actually worked out for me very
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so now you're playing in minor league and major league, and obviously now at the USA level. Did you have any idea of what minor league cricket was like? What was kind of the decisions in playing and where you were going to play and all that?
No, to be honest, I had no idea. When I was playing that Houston Open tournament, that's where I just heard about it.
Hmm.
And then on the final, on the days of the final, one of the team, Michigan Stars, and then Lokesh by him as well.
Yeah.
He also contacted me about Dallas Mustangs, and so. But Michigan Stars were the first team that contacted me, so I went there to play for them. I decided I would play for them. And then the owner of Michigan Star, Nabil Bhai, was very kind, and I loved my time there. So I stayed one more year with them, and then once they sold their team, so then I moved to Baltimore Royals. But to be honest, I did not know anything about minor league and major league and all. They used to talk about it, but I was like, okay, like, but and it was T20.
Right.
When I came to know that minor league is T20, that's where I decided I want to stay, because I know T20 is my strength. Like
Yeah.
it suits my bowling style, it suits my batting. So that's the decision I made to stay, was purely because when I came to know that minor league is a T20 tournament, and I knew I'm good in T20. So I wanted to do good and take that ace contract back in the days.
Yeah.
And honestly, like it was a good time in minor league in 2022.
Do you feel like it kind of helped your game in any way or and change? How do you think it's helped maybe the game in the US as you've been here for a couple of years now?
Yeah, to be honest, I had never played on those carpet wickets.
Hmm.
So initially it was a bit tough. I thought it's gonna be easier playing on those wickets, but I realized it very soon, like it's very different. And you have to, like, if you wanna stay here, you wanna play here, because most of the cricket was on that carpet cricket, so Astro. And then I adjusted pretty nicely to that, and I think that helped. And especially that we had a almost like 2 3 weeks camp for that minor league with Michigan Stars, and during the tournament, because the games are only on weekends. So during the week we would have go to the like ground and practice on the main wicket. That actually helped me, because I played in those practice sessions. I played so much on those Astros that I got a very good idea, like how to get away on these wickets. And I think at the end of the minor league, I got that ace contract. Again, thanks to Nabil Bhai, who helped me in getting that. So that was a game changer for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and how have you seen the game grow since you've been here as well?
Oh, I think the growth is massive. Like since 2022, since I was here, it's only going up. Before it were those private tournaments, minor league was the main key, and then those private tournaments around it were like kind of the support system of the cricket in the US. And then since the major league came, it actually increased the importance of minor league,
Yeah.
as well as all these tournaments happening around, because then international cricketers came in. We shared dressing room with them. I shared dressing room with the international player like after 3 years,
Yeah.
and then it was good to be back in that professional cricket zone. And I think since then it's been for the growth in the US cricket. Is you can see like there are every year there is a new academy opening in somewhere in the US, right? Not a single, like 10 20 academies opening in a year. Is it shows like the interest is developing among the kids, the parents. And I do coaching as well sometimes in Maryland in one of the academy there. And I can see like the kids improving a lot in the last 2 3 years, and I can see the future of USA cricket in very good hands if they like continue to play cricket, because I know it's tough in US once you are like in your 20s, and if you don't get enough chances. But I think things are going towards the growth of cricket in the US.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And for you, obviously that 2023 had the draft, the major league draft, you played in the combine and you don't get picked and mainly because of injury there. But what was your reaction to not getting drafted on that draft night in Houston?
Yeah, that was actually, it was kind of memories revived from Pakistan. So it was actually very in that whole, you can say, the hall where the draft was happening.
Hmm.
We were like some 30 plus cricketers present there, and I was the only one who didn't got picked. And to be honest, everyone was expecting me to go in the top three,
Hmm.
because a tournament before, like two months or a month before, there was Houston Premier League where I was the best bowler. So I was kind of disappointed, but at the same time, I was very used to it. Like it was still not worse than when you are about to play for Pakistan or a
Right.
country like big nation like Pakistan, and then you don't get picked in domestic. So it was kind of a similar kind of feeling, but I knew at that time I had developed so much mental strength or patience to bear such kind of things, that I was very cool. Everyone was coming to me saying sorry, Mo, and I was like, that's fine. You guys are picked, but I'm gonna play. I used to just joke around with them, and it actually happened like that. Then I played the
Yeah.
first game of the MLC that happened. So.
Yeah, yeah, and you got picked up in that supplemental draft. How did they let you know you got picked? What was your reaction to getting picked, and what was that like?
Yeah, so I kind of like expected it, like I'm gonna get picked in the wild card,
Hmm.
but I would be the first one that I didn't expect. And I think all these players who played with me, they have suggested the teams that this is the one to watch. And then I got a call like 4 days before the major league was about to start,
Hmm.
that the supplementary draft happened and we picked you. And the next day I was joining. So when I went there, it was a very nice environment. I loved how they welcomed me, and I loved how they did not even made me realize like I'm kind of a supplementary draft, or I joined the team late. The environment at TSK is next level.
Yeah.
Like they make you feel like a family. And that's why you see a lot of these youngsters perform in TSK. It's just because that they treat everyone very like with respect equally. Even the international players, they are so like humble, and that whole environment is fun. It makes MLC fun for us.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was fun opening night too, right? First ever major league game, you take 4 wickets. What was that like? You're hugging Faf du Plessis after not knowing you're gonna play in the major league. How cool was that?
Yeah, I actually played when I was playing PSL for Peshawar Zalmi, and I told you right, it got off because of the COVID, and it actually happened in after 6 months in November. So Faf was one of the replacement that came to play for Peshawar Zalmi, and then he scored a 50 there as well. And in a practice game, I bowled like a day before that playoff game. We were playing a practice game, and I got Alex Hayes out, and Faf was the one who catch the ball on my ball. So he remembered me, and it was a good surprise. Like I was happy that the captain knows me,
Yeah.
and that gives me confidence as well. And then in those 3 4 days in the build up to the first MLC game, like they gave me enough confidence. They were like, "We trust you. Don't even think like you are a supplementary draft or something. We know you are skillful, and then you'll win us a game." And then in the first game, of course, it was like huge pressure because I was playing a proper professional game after like in the crowd and
Yeah.
that big of a game after like 3 4 years. And but as soon as I bowled those first two balls to Andrew Russell and he didn't pick my googly, I was like on top. I was like, okay, this is my time now. And then it actually went really well.
Yeah, and, 4 wickets for you there, and you've had a great major league run since you've started to play in other franchise leagues as well. What has that been like? You were talking about how it took a while to get back to professional cricket, and now seemingly you're playing professional cricket on every corner of the planet now.
Yeah, I think it is. It's great. It was really great to be back playing cricket because that is the one thing I love the most. And to be honest, when I decided like doing my masters and leaving cricket, that decision was not like so good for me. So I did not feel good in all those months, or you can say all those weeks of bad time or black time in my life. But it was really really nice to be back. And I think that if you see the positive side of it, those hard times actually shaped me up. My mental strength has been like
Mhm.
super strong after that. My patience is a lot more than what it used to be. It matured me as a cricketer and as a person as well, and that actually helps me now in my cricket. Like I don't take any opportunity easy. I make sure like I work hard enough to achieve something, and if I achieve it, happily take it. If I don't, I just keep going forward.
Yeah, I love that. And now you've gotten to the next stage. You're representing the USA and you're doing it at a World Cup. Congratulations on making the squad. What was your reaction to making the squad? I'm sure you knew before all of us did, but getting onto the warm-up tour and then to make that final 15 must have been a big moment for you.
Yeah, thank you so much, first of all. And then, yeah, it was a kind of a surprise back in November when I got a call from the coach. And he told me, like, we want to see a bit more of you. So you will be joining the camp. And the camp actually didn't happen. It was supposed to happen in Houston, but it didn't
Mm.
happen. And then the coach made sure, like, instead of 15, we take 18. And we want to look on a few new faces as well. And then they named me in that 18. And it was like, I did not expected it, to be honest, because there was no nationals that happened this year. I was expecting that national tournament will happen and I need to perform in that to come into the team. But luckily, the head coach, I played Nepal Cricket League with him and we won that championship. I bowled really well in that. So he kind of knew me from there. And like coming into the camp, coming into the squad, the way the guys welcome me. The thing is like we play all year, we play against or with each other, right? So it didn't feel any different. It felt like coming back home, and that's why like I enjoyed every bit of it, and I gelled in very quickly because of that as well. And I think that actually helped me. And if you see the team, I think that's the strength wise, it's up there. I think we can beat even India on a given day. You might have seen it yesterday as well in the warm up game. Even though they scored like big, we kept the chase going till the end.
Yeah.
And the batting depth now we have, I think we can chase the scores up there like 200 plus.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the squad is maybe as good as it's ever been with all the new additions in there. For you, you kind of hinted at it. We're a couple days from a World Cup, right? What are the goals? What are the things that you want to achieve team oriented and individually focused, what are the goals you want to achieve in the coming weeks?
Yeah, I think the camp we had, I think that was the hardest camp of my life up till now. Guys have put in like 110% in the camp. Everyone had prepared as a team as well as individually, like the best they can. And coach got like the best out of every one of us. It was really hot in Sri Lanka, and but it didn't stop us from like working hard or preparing. So we had the best preparation we could have for the World Cup. And as a team, we think we would make it to the Super 8. The first goal is that. And we're going to take it game by game and keep it game by game. Like, it doesn't matter we lose, we win. Next game, we focus only on that game and we want to make sure like we beat one of the big boys, and if not both, and we want to beat our associates members. Like, we want to show that we have a difference between all the associate members and us. We want to show that we are capable to be up there in the top 10, 12 teams of the world.
Yeah, no doubt. And you mentioned playing the big dogs. Obviously, there's a game against Pakistan, right? And that'll be in Sri Lanka. For you, there's a little bit of home blood, right? There's a little bit of bad blood there, I'm sure. Is that, are you a bit more pumped up for that game? Maybe a little extra motivation there?
No, to be honest, for me, I am whenever you cross that boundary line, it's all like that professional attitude towards the game. So I'm not gonna take any pressure, or you can say any the pressure would be any less because it's Pakistan. For me, it's the guys I know well. So of course I'll be more confident against them. But on the other hand, I know they know me well as well. So it's gonna be a good fight against them. And I think if skill wise you see, I think we are more than capable of beating them again. And they will be under pressure this time because last time they took USA very lightly, and then they felt it, right? So this year I don't think so they're gonna go easy against us, especially now they are not playing against India. So they're already losing 2 points, and it's that game against us which is going to be a decider for the Super 8 for them. So the pressure is all on them. We have nothing to lose. We're gonna enjoy our game the way we do always, and hopefully with enjoyment we'll enjoy the win as well.
I love that. I love that. Last question for you. Is there a wicket that you would value more than anything in this World Cup? Is there's just one guy that you want to get out more than anyone else? Is there anyone name that comes to mind?
I think right now, if you say one wicket, that would be tough because any wicket against India would be like as precious as the way they are playing cricket right now. Like, they're smacking everyone everywhere, and every one of them, right? So any wicket against India would be like a goal for me, or you can say for the team. But any wicket that, like, in a situation where the team needs, even if it is a tailender, and if you get him out and the team wins because of that, that is the wicket I would want. Yeah.
I love that. Well, Mohsin, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. I know you've had a long one and we're only a couple days out from World Cup, so thank you for joining me and good luck over the next couple of weeks, my man.
Thank you so much for having us, and keep supporting us, and hopefully we will not disappoint you guys.
No doubt about it.